Well, welcome back to Doc's Hot Shop and Forge. Today I'm going to assemble the spider for the jib crane. So that's the little slider that runs along and carries the actual hoist. This will be assembled from some 3mm by 75mm flat stock, some roller bearing bushings, and roller blade bushings because they happen to be 25mm long, and some bearings for skateboards because they're cheap. It'll be bolted together with M6 bolts and an M8 for where the hoist hook integrates, and I will also go over some of the next steps for the post-vise repair. So let's get started. So I'm drilling the holes for the spider, hook end, bearings, spacer. Okay, so we're just going to put together the spider for the jib crane, so out of all of these parts. So let's begin. That was a well done moment. So it's amazing what you can get off the shelf. So the little spacers that I'm using are 25mm by 9mm, and they're actually for rollerblades. So you can use off-the-shelf bearings instead of having to get specialty bearings which most manufacturers of rollerblades use. But they just happen to be the right width. And the bearings are fairly good bearings, so... And the only thing that's upsetting is that the screws are a little bit long, but if I went shorter I wouldn't have enough plain shank on the bolts. Now, as this thing's only got to hold 75 kilos or so, I'm not too fussed about the grade of the bolts. I believe these are grade 5s. I'm pretty certain that I've got. Might still be one more of those floating around. Right, so that's it put together. Bearings roll freely. Let's go try it out. I'll have to put a stop on the end to keep it from rolling off, but otherwise that seems to work quite well. Let's do up those nuts properly. It's very free on the rail. I'm very happy with that. So let's do these up. Runs freely. I'm really happy how that came together. I'll have to shorten these, but I'll leave that for a moment. So this is the backing steel for the repair of the post vise. I have to do an upset square corner here. I've cleaned off the worst of the rust, so it's pretty much ready for forge welding. And I've given the broken ends a thorough wire brushing. I'll next be taking them to the forge to try and forge these a little more regular. I have to remember to keep so I'm going to take these to the forge and forge out this irregularity as much as I can, bearing in mind that I have to keep the jaw overall length to 770 millimeters. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge. Hopefully, with this forge welded into place, that process will stretch the leg enough to compensate for what is going to be lost potentially here to forging out these irregularities. So look out for that next video where I'm actually forging parts of the leg vise for repairs. I now have a Patreon account. Donations will remain just that, donations. The content will always be free. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up. Feel free to share it on social media. And if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love it if you did subscribe. And don't forget when you subscribe to hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a video. As always, get out to your shop, have fun, but do stay safe. And I'll catch you for the next one.